"So, Sixth Doctor, how many companions do you need?" He replied with, "Yes." Hello and welcome back to a Madman Big Finish review, where I review some of the latest releases from Big Finish. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the Sixth Doctor Adventures Purity Undreamed. So this is comprised of 3 stories. It's continuing the adventures of the Dr. Mel and Hebe, who was a recent addition to the TARDIS crew in Waterworlds. I've done a review of that as well. Go check that out. As always, I'm going to go in as spoiler-free as possible, starting with our first story, The Mindless Ones by Paul Maegers. The Dr. Mel and Hebe visit Sheffield at the behest of Hebe's best friend Elise. But Elise has undergone a disturbing transformation. The mysterious Mindless facility claims to be able to change you for the better, but who decides what that is? Joining forces with anthropologist Professor Patricia McBride, can the Doctor and his friends save Britain from an insidious alien threat? Now, I'm losing my words here. This was a fine start to this box set. It's okay. I don't have any problems with it, but nothing about it really kind of stands out, aside from the introduction of Patricia McBride, who appears throughout all 3 of these stories. She's essentially the newest companion. I mean, how many does the Sixth Doctor need? I'm pretty sure he's like rivaling probably the first at this point, with like how many companions he's had at this point. But I do like the character of Patricia McBride until the end, till the last story. We'll get to that, but I think it's a nice introduction to a new companion. The story itself was fine. The antagonists, they were fine as well. The story was just fine. It was okay. I was okay with the story. That leads to our second story, Reverse Engineering by Jonathan Morris. When Patricia is invited to a secretive Swedish clinic by an old colleague, she tips off the Dr. Mel and Hebe, who go undercover to investigate. Charismatic geneticist Killian Home offers to restore youth to his wealthy patients, but the truth of his work is far more radical and far more dangerous. As an ancient horror reforms beneath the clinic, the Doctor must race to save humanity from an unspeakable temporal disaster. I like the story. It's also fine. I'd say it's a little bit better than the first story. But I thought it was fine regardless. I liked it. I liked the how Patricia is reintegrated back into the story. She doesn't really start off as a companion. This is the story where she will officially join them. But I did like the story. I like the entire premise of it. The kind of the reveal, everything that happened in it. Everything flowed nicely, and it was a good kind of introduction for Patricia to the overall world of like Doctor Who. Like, there's more to it than what she just previously encountered. It's a whole lot bigger, which she will find out in our last story, Chronomancer by Robert Valentine. The Dr. Mel and Hebe take Patricia to see 26th century Sheffield, but their trip is cut unexpectedly short. Caught in the crossfire between time criminal Cavul and dashing Chronomancer Tanis Vallon, the TARDIS crash lands back in the present. The dimensionally transcendental artifact lost somewhere in the city. The Doctor and his friends must find it before Cavul can, but with resentments and prejudices finally unmasked, is an even bigger threat about to engulf the world. This is probably the best story of this box set. I really enjoyed this story, and it really shows the truth behind Patricia. So this is her first story as a companion, and she's not into it. She's taken to the future. She is she is shocked by what she sees, and there are certain reasons why, without delving into it, but it's a kind of a reason why I said at the start, I like Patricia until this story. She really starts to show her true colors, and it's kind of an interesting change to like most first trip stories for companions, where a lot of them are just the majority will just be like, wow, this is fascinating, until they get into the danger. Like, this is amazing. You've taken me to the past. You take me to the future. You take me to an alien world. This one, she's just not having it. She's just like, I just want to go home, like, straight away. And there's certain reasons why. But I really like this story. Tannis, I really like Tannis. I like the antagonist in the story, and the Sixth Doctor really stands out in the story as well, especially with Patricia, with her reasoning for like not wanting to continue with the trip, and it leads to a great ending and cliffhanger where I'm like, okay, I really want to see how this is gonna go. Like, something big really happens, and I'm excited to see what happens with this. So if I had to rate the entirety of Purity Undreamed, I would give it a 7 out of 10, a solid 7 out of 10. Majority of the stories were fine. I still enjoyed them, and it was a good listen to. And the cover itself, I think the cover itself is fine. I do like the artist that does these, and they also do the War Doctor Begins. They did the previous box set as well, I believe, for Waterworlds. But it is a bit hodgepodge of just faces everywhere. It doesn't really connect in a way, if you understand what I'm saying. But I think it's a fine cover regardless. But that is all on my thoughts on Purity Undreamed. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to check out the live streams we have every week. This is probably coming out the day of the live stream. No, the day after the live stream. Sorry, I'm thinking we record them today, day of recording, but this video will come out afterwards. So make sure you checked into those, into the live stream. Any other videos that I've done, my co-hosts have done, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.